my sister's in the psych ward, we get the call, my mom and Sissy and I get the call that her best friend had died. Like, it's sounding really heavy, but it gets a lot lighter. Like, it is really fucked up. Find out her best friend has passed. We're all like so shocked. We're like in tears. Everyone's like, but we're like, how the fuck are we gonna tell my oldest sister? My oldest sister in the psych ward had a phone where she would like call us all the time, and she kept calling us and being like, let's call her dead friend Mads. Be like, why the fuck hasn't Mads called me? Like, where is Mads? And we like cannot tell her over the phone that her best friend died. Like, that's so fucked up. My mom's like, well, what the fuck do? We have to go down and tell her. And I'm like, what do you mean we? Like, I am not going to the psych ward. The reason I didn't want to go to the psych ward because years prior I was in the psych ward. And that's a story for a different time, but I was like, Mom, absolutely fucking not. Like, I am not going to the psych ward with you. Like, that's just gonna give me like trauma. Like, I'm good. And she's like, Olivia, like, I can't go alone. Like, I don't know how to tell your sister this. He's like, I'm not fucking going. I've done enough psych wards in my day for these like, literally not doing it. Like, I'm not doing it. I've been to the psych ward too many times for them. And I'm like, okay, bitch, relax. It was one time for me. Sissy's immediately like, no, like, I'm not going to tell her. Like, I can't. Like, I'm not. And my mom's like, please. So I'm like, fuck, I have to go to the psych ward with my mother to tell her. And I'm like, fine, Mom, I'll do it. We'll go to the ward together, like, whatever. I will say, at this time, I did not realize how intense this was going to be. That I didn't realize her friend being dead was a big deal, but it just like, it didn't, I don't know. I was like 19 years old. I was just like, fuck, I gotta go to the psych ward with my mom to tell, like, So my mom's like, let's bring her Chipotle, like, it'll harshen the blow. I'm like, I don't feel like Chipotle is gonna make her feel any better about this. She's like, yes, it will, Olivia. I'm like, okay, Mom, what the fuck, whatever. So we get to the psych ward, and I'm immediately like, where the fuck are we? Go to the psych ward, they're like making us take off our shoes. We have to go through like a metal detector. I'm like, Mom, this is like pretty fucking intense. She's like, yeah, like, I don't remember it being this intense. You were in the psych ward. I'm like, okay. Mind you, everybody, there's like a long line. Everybody there has like stuff for people. And the lady behind us says to my mom, she's like, well, like, when you come back in summer, like all these things. And my mom was like, who the fuck lets, because in the psych ward, I feel like you're in there like a week max, basically, right? And my mom was like, who lets people be in the psych ward this long? Like, what insurance company is like covering this, right? So, and I'm like, god damn, they're like literally doing a strip search to every single person who's going in the ward. We get there, we give the guy the name, and he's like, ma'am, this is the prison. My mom took us to the fucking prison. I'm like, I'm sorry, sir, we're looking for the ward. And my mom's like, oh my god, thank god, like, that was absolutely terrifying. I'm like,